Hello, Capricorn. Thank you and welcome, and thank you so much for joining me this month. This is going to be your August monthly overview video. It's going to be a general message. Whatever comes out, the way I do these readings for the monthly overviews is we pull 3 rows of cards. Your first row will be your what you're feeling and thinking at a conscious level, with the middle row being what you feel and think at a subconscious level that you may or may not be aware of. And then the third row is how that all ties together to form what you may be seeing in your reality, what may actually, what you may be manifesting based on what you're feeling and thinking at those 2 levels. We wrap it up with 3 final cards, any final messages the universe wants to share. And I've also added this month, I'm reading, selecting 1 card from the Secret Language of Light Oracle deck and reading the message from that card, which have been really tying in really nicely to the messages coming through. So you have male, female card. Let's see how this applies to you, Capricorn. The first thing I'm seeing is their back is turned to one another, that they're not facing one another. So maybe having some differences with someone, on the outs with someone, or, having some disagreements, not seeing eye to eye on something. And there's that Emperor energy, which can talk about ego. And another card that flipped there, the Devil card. Look at that. That's some strong energy there, Capricorn. And the Devil, if I remember correctly, I think, the Devil card represents you, Capricorn. So you're standing there and in all your stubborn glory, So what are you being stubborn about in the month of August, Capricorn? What are you being very stubborn about? That's leaving you, where you feel like you can't do something, like you're feeling left out. Like, I'm really feeling this off of that 5 of Pentacles. It's like, like you're just wanting to, it's lack. That's what I'm feeling. Like I hate to say it, but it's what's coming through. It's like you are feeling insecure in some aspect. It's coming out as lack or insecurity is what I'm really feeling. And I think that you're being difficult and prideful, because I think that that the way you're acting is out of some kind of insecurity that you have, which is why this Devil part of you and the stubbornness is coming through, like of just being defiantly stubborn. Because there's the goat. See that goat back there? Look at this. There's this goat back there behind this Emperor on that card, and that's Capricorn, and it's also represents the Devil here. So it's, this is something that you're not toxic in yourself, that you're not wanting to look at and address, but I think that it's caused some problems in a relationship dynamic of some type. It's caused you some problems. And so you're dealing with some of this, the aftermath of that during this month of August. I think that you're really looking at what you did in this, like what your toxic behavior was, what your insecurities were that might have led to this difficult situation in this relationship. Seeing that you may, look at that. That doesn't surprise me that would be the emoji card coming out, because this is, like tension, anxiety, stress, being difficult, just being, I think, I'm really getting just, I'm stressed, leave me the heck alone, kind of energy, because I think that you're really taking a minute, Capricorn, to look at how you behaved in a situation here is what I'm really picking up on. or that you're looking during the month of August, you're going to be, there's either this is something that's already happened, because this is the energy you're going to be in. So whether this happens like during the month of August, or it's already happened and you're sitting in this energy, or you will be sitting in this energy in August, I'm not sure. You're going to have to figure that out for yourself. But it's definitely telling me that there's something that you have done and you realize that it's your insecurities that have caused this situation to become toxic, caused this falling out or not seeing eye to eye on something, because you were very stubborn and stuck on, like almost like, not wanting to back down from, being kind of, standing up, standing ground, not wanting to back down on something, just, being kind of stubborn about it. Okay, so for your subconscious overall energy, we have starry dreams. So, I think that this was something you were really headstrong about. I'm getting a very headstrong energy, is what I'm really picking up on, is something that just you were extremely headstrong about. So we have the Seven of Swords, and that's self-deception, which can talk about those insecurities. So that's not surprising. That's coming out in your subconscious. And then Temperance. And then we have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands, I'm really picking up on is this in your subconscious or at your soul level. You're self-deceiving yourself, because even the Queen of Wands can talk about being a little bit fake, like putting on a mask, like wanting to not show the world a certain aspect of yourself. And we see that with the Seven of Swords too, that this kind of almost like hiding, you're not really being your true authentic self. And I think that's because you have these insecurities that you haven't healed yet, Capricorn, that are coming up, that are causing some conflict and causing some issues here. And so this is just telling me here that about these insecurities, that you are trying to hide certain aspects of yourself that you don't feel confident about, because I'm really picking up on this almost like not really putting on a persona, like that you have this persona that you put out to the world, and show the world to make you feel more confident than what you really are, because you really have these insecurities, and so you project a lot of times to try and make up for those, or make sure people don't see those those insecurities or how you feel about certain things. You try and hide that and mask that, which is why you're deceiving yourself. But you're realizing that it's causing conflict, that caused conflict in the situation, whatever it may be for you, Capricorn. Very interesting message. Listening. So this is telling me, 53 listing, that, one, I'm picking up on like that you need to listen, be a better listener, because I'm picking up just like with these notes, like that you may not be hearing things correctly, that you may be misinterpreting what you hear, because you're hearing it through the lens of these insecurities that you have. So you misinterpret the situation at times. So you need to really listen. Hearing and listening are two different things. And so I think what's happening, like I said, is you're hearing things through the filter of these insecurities. And so you're not really hearing what the person is really saying. You're hearing what you you think they're saying based on your insecurities. And so it sets you off at times. And then you realize kind of after the fact that, oh shoot, like I went off the handle here about something that may have been nothing, because there was there were misunderstandings because you didn't quite hear them in the way, what they were really saying, because they were filtered through your lens of insecurities that you have, is what I'm really picking up here. Okay, so there's the Ace of Wands. So this is, passionate new beginnings. This is the fire to change things, fire to try and change something. A lot of wands coming through here for you, Capricorn, here in your 3D reality. And the Two of Pentacles. So this is just really telling me, that this is something that has been going on for a while that you have not been looking at, Capricorn, and it's made you defensive. This is, this defensiveness, I was picking that up here, where, you tend to get defensive if somebody, says or does the wrong thing, where you misinterpret something somebody says, you can get very defensive. You throw up the walls. And it's like you only hear what you want to hear. It's that stubbornness where you only hear what you want to hear. And it sometimes it gets you stuck, in this confusion of kind of just not sure what to do or how to react to the situation. You don't always react in the best way. You act with this fire energy. I even get this with this Emperor, like this very fiery energy. Like you just, this can be somebody just flying off the hook, like just out of the blue, just kind of going off on somebody. And I think that it really, it pertains to, like I said, that, the way you're hearing things, what people are saying, like sometimes you just misinterpret them, is what I'm really picking up on. So I think that what this is trying to tell you is, in the month of August, just be very cautious about, how you're hearing people, really listen to what they're saying. Like, I guess a good analogy is what I'm really picking up on to help you maybe understand the way I'm seeing it, Capricorn, is like, imagine, I don't know if you've ever been in this situation or can resonate or relate to it, but sometimes when you're having a conversation with somebody, sometimes we can tend to want to form the answer. We're thinking about the answer before they even finish what they have to say. In your head, you're already formulating an answer before you even hear them all the way out. And so when you do things like that, that's kind of what I'm picking up on, that kind of, like something like that you're not really hearing what they're saying all the way, because you've already jumped to a conclusion in your mind and you're formulating an answer before they've even finished what they're trying to say. And that causes a misunderstanding because you just fire off with your response. And you may have missed something that they were trying to say because you were so present in formulating the answer, or so focused on formulating the answer, that you didn't really hear what they were really trying to say. That's just an example that I can give of kind of what I'm feeling here is the message that it's trying to get across to you is it's going to be really important during the month of August to really listen to people, especially if you want to break this habit and get out of this behavior, or maybe try and not feed into these, get triggered by your insecurities that you may have that may not be healed yet, because I'm really feeling like this is a Capricorn that got triggered in some way. So to avoid being triggered, it's telling you to just really take the time to really listen to people when they're speaking to you. You know, don't jump to conclusions. Don't formulate the answer before they're finished talking. Really just really open your ears and listen to them before you react. You know, before you react or fly off the handle is what I'm getting, Capricorn. And that's why that temperance is there, because it's going to take patience on your part. Patience to really listen and hear someone out. Really hear someone out and hear what they have to say. So this is a karmic cycle that's playing out, something that you're needing to learn. It's something that it's trying to teach you. You know, there's something that's trying to be taught here, a lesson that's trying to be taught for you to learn here in this situation. So we definitely have, you know, we have the Two of Wands with the Karma card and the Two of Swords. So a lot of twos here. You have the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Two of Wands. So it's definitely picking up here that you're gonna have to, you know, make a decision. This comes down to free will, whether you want to, you know, whether you want to heal this or not. You know, either are you going to repeat this cycle or not? You know, I think that this is coming up for judgment now in this situation, but you are so on the fence back and forth, because I think, you know, with all these twos, it's really it could go either way, you know, and it all comes down to whether, you know, how much patience are you going to have with people? Are you going to really take a minute to start listening to people and not let yourself get triggered by them and blow off the handle? Because this is trying to be healed, you know, it's trying to be healed, but I think that you're on the fence whether you really want to take the time to heal this or not. I think that you're still kind of turning a blind eye. I think sometimes you think about, you know, hey, I really should fix this about myself or change this about myself. But then you just like, you know, then you just let situations play out like this again. And you just, you know, it's like you're not actually doing something about it yet. So I think that this message was just to say, you know, be aware, and there's situations that may occur in the month of August that you probably are going to really need to hear somebody out, you know, really listen to them, be patient and hear them out is what I'm really picking up on for you, Capricorn. So now let's go ahead and get that final oracle card. These have been really tying into these readings, I think, really beautifully. I'm so glad that I decided to add them. I don't know if you guys will enjoy me reading the description out of the book, but they really are tying into these message. So sensitivity, and that's what we're talking about, being triggered. I talked about being triggered, and then we have sensitivity, and sensitivity can talk about somebody that's being triggered because they're too sensitive to the reactions, or, you know, somebody's saying. Excuse me. So we have here heightened intuition and compassion. You are becoming more sensitive to the energy and vibrations that precede all physical creation. We can all sense these energies, but our rational minds often override our feelings. Sense beyond what you see with your eyes and hear in your mind. I love this. There's that hearing card, listening card, tying in with hear it in your mind. Sense beyond what you see with your eyes and hear in your mind. Trust your heart will bring together the most up-to-date information through your senses. When we are open to sensing and feeling love, it also means we are open to sensing and feeling fear. That's those insecurities. This clarifies the importance of actively choosing. The twos coming up here, actively choosing where you place your gaze and your focus, and you focus your energy. Don't let old stories determine what you will think and feel. There is no hiding behind words. Feeling sorry for another or a situation doesn't help them or you. It takes you to a place where you can't hear any solutions and feeds back what they already know. You came here to create reality, not to accept it. You attract what you are, not what you think or what you say, but what you feel. Celebrate your sensitivity. Without it, you may not realize that you have a choice. And here we talk about, that you do have this choice. It's you you have the choice, but you kind of falter back and forth between making the active choice to heal or falling into allowing your insecurities to control you. What do you want to bring into your life? Beautiful. Like I said, these cards have really been tying into the message. So this entire card, sensitivity card, has really tied into that message of being triggered, and understand how, like that can affect things in your life when you allow things to trigger you, when you don't let yourself sit in the situation from a point of compassion and love, where you're open to really receiving and hearing the other person and what they're trying to tell you, and really being present for them in that moment, instead of letting yourself be triggered by your own stuff, basically. So I know this might be hard to hear, but these kind of messages do come through from time to time. I don't try and sugarcoat things. I let whatever message comes through. So this is definitely, had to be said for somebody out there. There are definitely Capricorns that are experiencing this, and they may needed to hear this message. So if you are one of them, feel free to hit that like button down below to let me know the message did resonate with you, that I was on track and this did resonate for you. Also, by hitting the like button, it shares your energy with mine. So if it didn't resonate, maybe a future reading might, if you share your energy with me. Also, I do several readings each and every week, plus this one every month. So I'd love to have you as part of my tribe. So if you want to be part of my tribe, just hit that subscribe button down below. I'd love to have you join me. I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart if you took the time to listen through this message. No, it wasn't the easiest one. Could have maybe even triggered some people that might be listening to it. So if that is you, it is what it is, and I know it's not easy, but it means it was something that you needed to hear. It's something that you needed to hear, so take that in mind, listen, and say, understand that you were meant to hear it for a reason. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. I wish you the very best. I hope you have a great month of August. Joy, love, and light.